All right, 2.7. Use absolute value functions and transformations. So, these problems pretty much all say to like sketch the function or something, but we're not going to do that. You're just going to tell how it's moving. So number 4, again, it says graph the function and compare. We're kind of just doing the and compare part. We're just talking about how it shifts. So y equals the absolute value of x plus 2. So inside the absolute value, what direction are we going?
To the left.
Okay, inside is either right or left. It's opposite the direction of the sign, so this one is going to go left. So it is left 2. Number 6, f of x equals the absolute value of x minus 1 plus 4. So where's this one going? Right 1. And what else? Up 4. So outside it goes the same direction, inside it's opposite direction. 8. F of x equals negative 3 times the absolute value of x. So what is this one? What happens with the number outside?
It's inverted.
Reflected?
That word.
The negative sign makes it reflected. What does the 3 outside of the absolute value do?
It compresses.
Other one.
It stretches.
It's reflected and stretched because the absolute value of the number is greater than 1. When it says the absolute value of the number is less than 1, it means it's like a decimal or a fraction. Just FYI. That tends to be something that people get confused. So then if I had 10, y equals 3/4 times the absolute value of x, what happens with that one? This one is compressed because this value is less than 1. All right, the next ones you're going to need your book open for, because you're going to have to look at the graph and then we're going to talk about what's happening and write the equation. So it says write the equation of the graph. It's on page 127. So we're given the absolute value graph. So we want to figure out how did it get from the parent function and where the point is at 0, 0 to where the new point is at 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3. So if it shifted right 3, okay, what's happening to it? I always just start with the parent function and then I add to it as I go. So if it shifted, or right 4, what happens?
Y equals X.
Yep. Y equals the absolute value of X minus 4. And then it goes up 3, so what do we need to do to it?
Do a positive 3 after that.
Yep. When there's a lot of things happening, sometimes I'll do it in like each individual step, but with that one, since it was just something that was going on the outside, I didn't need to. All right, so then 18. Start with the parent function, y equals the absolute value of x. What's happening to this one?
It's reflected.
It's reflected, so what do I need to add to the function to make it reflect? Negative out front, so y equals negative absolute value of x. And what else happened? Up 2, so we do what?
Positive 2 on the outside.
Yep, positive 2 on the outside. And as long as you got your book open, might as well go ahead and do 20. All right, so start with parent function, y equals the absolute value of x. So what's happening with this one?
It's going right 5 and up 2.
Okay, so what is that going to do? Well, that was exciting.
Y equals x minus 5 and on the outside plus 2.
X minus 5 and then plus 2. And then something that you wouldn't necessarily see with this one, but is happening. Try to put this in here and show you. Yes.
Is it the 2 that goes outside?
Yeah.
Is coefficient the correct term?
Yes. So out front, we're going to add the 2 to it because if you go up 2 and over 1, it's like the slope. So you can think of the number out front would be the slope that goes with it. So like with like 19 here, I'll give you the answer to this one. But it goes up 1 and then right 2, so it's the slope of 1/2, so that's what goes in front. So with the other ones that we did, like 16, it was just up 1 over 1. And then with 18, it's just down 1 over 1, but it's always, I mean, you know, it's a positive number. If it's reflected, then when we put the negative on it. So, yes, so then what we need to do is we need to put the 2 out front of it as the slope value. Well, I say the slope value, but to show that it's either stretched or compressed, as the case may be for that particular problem. $30 is basically what we just did, but you just have to describe and correct the error. So, well, if you also have your books open, look at 30 and we'll just talk about it. So 30, they gave you y equals the absolute value of x plus 3. But what did they do with their graph?
They moved it up 3.
They moved it up 3. So if it was really y equals the absolute value of x plus 3, what should have happened instead?
It would have been y equals absolute value of x plus 3, or plus 3 on the outside.
So if it was with the graph that was given, the equation is y is equal to the absolute value of x and then plus 3 on the outside. Okay, with what this would have given you, the graph should have been moved left 3. Okay, So, I think that's probably good. Do y'all have any questions? Need to see any more? Feel okay about it? All right. I'll look at your homework from yesterday when I give you these problems. And then 5, 9, 11, 13, 15, 17, 19, and 31.